I discovered sand animation last summer in connection with an organ recital given by Ukrainian organist Ava Belnas. She was doing a live streaming at the Eli Cathedral in the UK, and we were publicizing it. But she was telling us about a Harry Potter concert tour she was going to do, playing Harry Potter music with a sand animation function included in it. And this is painting images with sand. Now, if you've never seen that, you don't know what it is. Saturday on November 16th, Artbene is live streaming an opportunity for you to discover this interesting combination of organ and sand streaming. It's a concert, a storytelling concert called Scarlet Sails. And Scarlet Sails, it was tremendously popular Slavic folktale that really became current. I don't think it's ancient. I think it's a relatively recent invention, meaning in the 20th century, but it became fabulously popular in the 1960s in the old Soviet Union and the Soviet bloc countries. This concert will be played by with the organ it's at the Moscow Roman Catholic Cathedral, which does a lot of live streaming. It'll be an ensemble with the organ and saxophone, flute, duduk, harp, and sand animation and spoken word. There will be an actress who will be telling the story. She's a theater and film actress. Her name is Lyobomirskaya. And let me show you while we're on the subject. Here's a typical poster for I think this was for one of the films. There were two films made, and then there were animations and there were theater pieces. But this is an image from a poster back in the several decades ago. And because the story of the Scarlet Sails is that there's a young woman who comes from a broken up family and they're outcast from society. She meets a storyteller when she's very young who tells her that the love of her life is going to come someday in a ship with scarlet sails. So there you see her waiting for it. And let me give you an example of here's a little clip that I got of what the sand animation is going to look like. There you see how they create the image in the sand. The sand animation artist is Lydia Miller. And with all of this going on, they will be playing music by Grieg, Piazzolla, Debussy, Grangiani, and several other composers. From what I've heard of it, it's really interesting. You know, there was even a summer festival inspired by the book that was organized near St. Petersburg. That is just how popular this story was to people living in those times, because it's a story about someday your love will come. And the Slavs are passionately romantic people. Whatever else you can say about the Slavs, that's just true. Okay, so let's. I think it'll be a highly interesting a concert to tune into, and once again, as with all of the live streams by Artbene that come from the Moscow Roman Catholic Cathedral, it's free of charge. So there's nothing stopping you from just dipping into it and checking it out. And I need to give you the times, don't I? Okay, they're printed in the comment section, but it's Saturday, November 16th, 6 o'clock in the evening European time, 12 o'clock noon, your Saturday noon, if you want to have your kids watch it, 9 on the East Coast, 9 o'clock in the morning on the West Coast, and 8 o'clock in the evening, Moscow time. So it actually works out, if it's like a folktale that you want to have children watch, the timing is much more suitable in Europe and in the US than it actually is in Moscow, where it's an evening performance. Check it out.